Dear Sheldon, it's been 2 weeks since you moved to California and I still haven't heard from you. How long are you going to keep up this silent treatment? I'm your mother. It's your job as my son not to aggravate me. Love, your mother, who's already starting to forget what you look like.
Please forget what I look like. Mrs. Doris Levine, 2241 Marshall Avenue, New Rochelle, New York. Dear Mother, I will never forgive you for giving my wife Brenda $10,000 to leave me. I'm 31 years old and you're sucking the life out of me. Your ex-son, Sheldon. Some people are easy to forgive, like best friends or overworked baristas.
Some are harder. The girl in freshman bio who never shuts up about her deadbeat boyfriend.
The elementary school friend who claimed that foxes were superior to cats.
But some are nearly impossible.
Like an incredibly overbearing mother.
Or a deeply unappreciative son.
Sheldon and his mother Doris have failed to see eye to eye for 30 years.
But their respective journeys of self-discovery may lead them to becoming more forgiving people. The Outrageous Adventures of Sheldon and Mrs. Levine.
By Sam Bobrick and Julie Stein.
Dear Sheldon, how long are you going to blame me for the breakup of your marriage? You were too naive to see that obnoxious ex-wife of yours hated me from the day I moved into the apartment next to you. Love, Mother.
Dear Mother, because of you, I have no confidence, no self-esteem, and above all, I have no wife. I detest you. I'm moving away to somewhere where I'll never hear from you again.
Mr. Sheldon Levine, 151 Main Street, Bismarck, North Dakota. Dear Sheldon, you can run, but you can't hide. Love, your ever-present mother.
Dear Mother, how did you find me? I must know.
Oh, I owe it all to a class I'm taking at the Senior Center, Clairvoyance for Beginners. We're learning to get in touch with all the untapped powers that each of us possess. I can see your every move. Quit biting your fingernails.
Dear Mother, I feel so naked, so violated. Are you possessed? Am I possessed? Is this all just a bad dream? Let go, please. Get out of my life, I beg you. Dear Mother, it was a welcomed relief not hearing from you this week. I've nearly gotten control of myself. I hardly scream in public anymore. Mom, it's been 4.5 weeks and I still haven't heard from you. Is something the matter? I'm a little concerned. Your son.
Sheldon, you'll never believe it. I'm getting married to my clairvoyance teacher. His name is Akbar and he's from India. Oh, Sheldon, there was so much more to life than I ever could have imagined. Love, your spiritually upgraded mother.
What's with this marriage business? I'm worried. I know I've been less than the perfect son, but it's never too late to make amends. I'm coming home, Mom.
Dear Sheldon, if I was meant to be here, I would be. But I'm not, so I wasn't. Love, your remarkably metamorphosized mother, who is now embarking on the first real adventure of her life.
Oh God, at the age of 31, I'm an abandoned child.
Dear Sheldon, Akbar and I are now honeymooning in a Tibetan monastery where I am cooking for 600 monks. The hard work and sacrifice which I am experiencing seems to bring a certain tranquility to me that was definitely missing before. Please write me in care of General Delivery, Tibet. Love, Mother.
Dear Mother, last week I tried to join your bridge club in the hopes that all those women bitching and moaning would remind me of happier times. I was wrong. I lost $5.30.
Dear Sheldon, yesterday Akbar and I went for our usual walk in the wilderness and he was eaten by a tiger. Since you're all I have left, I have no alternative but to release my sorrow to the cosmos and come home. See you soon, love.
Mother, I'm finally becoming aware of your outstanding growth and I'm frightened. Therefore, I too must undergo a soul enlightening journey. I love you, Ma, but unless I'm happy with who I am, how can I expect you to be? You, Ma. I've never called you Ma before. That must be it. I need to go to Yuma, Arizona to search for whatever it is I'm looking for.
Dear Sheldon, I can't tell you how disappointed I was to not find you home. Once again, I'm reminded of how difficult it is to be your mother. Dear Sheldon, it's been 2.5 years since I last heard from you, and frankly, I hardly ever think about you anymore. I stopped playing bridge with the girls because I'm sick and tired of them bragging about how much happiness their kids and grandkids have brought them. I would have liked to have had grandchildren, Sheldon. Dear Sheldon, well, now it's 5 years since I last heard from you. Have I lost you forever? I will admit that at times I could be a bit overbearing, but I always try to be overbearing in a very positive way. I started to think about forgiveness. I think that sometimes we confuse forgiveness with letting go. Forgiveness is for people you truly want back in your life, and letting go is for people you don't. I want you back in my life, Sheldon, so if by chance it's you who has to forgive me, then you should seriously consider it because I've forgiven you. I miss you, Sheldon. I didn't think it was possible to love someone to death, but maybe I have. Come in, door's open. It's always open.
Hi, Mom.
It's really you?
Yeah, guess what? My answer was in Yuma after all.
No kidding.
You see, I had a mental breakdown.
So that's why you didn't write to me. Oh, I feel so much better.
While being strapped down, heavily medicated, and given daily high-intensity shock treatments, I watched as these incredible servants of science were able to mend my broken spirit and breathe life into my tormented soul. They were so confident, so skillful, so well-dressed, and I thought if I admired someone like this, why wouldn't you? Here. This will explain everything.
Awarded to Mr. Sheldon Levine from the University of Yuma. Oh my God, Sheldon, you're a therapist?
I'm a therapist. I'm self-assured, I stand up straighter, I have nice office furniture, and most of all, I'm someone of significance. And I realized that this is what you wanted for me all along.
A therapist with nice office furniture. It's every mother's dream.
So it finally made you happy?
Oh, yes! It just goes to show you, Sheldon, that all of the suffering, all of the grief, all of the anguish
that you put me through.
Yes.
It was all worth it, and I forgive you.
Forgiveness. How do you like that? I knew I was onto something.
Now that I'm on a mentally stable ground, I'm going to dedicate my life to making others just as healthy as I am. So, let's talk about your childhood, shall we, Doris?
Oh, well, my mother and I were very different people. She was nosy like you wouldn't believe, manipulative, conniving, bitter. Oh, Sheldon, you are so lucky you didn't have her for a mother.